This meeting is being recorded.
So, Shalyn?
Yes, we're currently live.
We are live. Got it.
Yes.
So is if there's nobody in the room, am I still gonna continue?
Yeah, we're recording. We're
Okay.
recording live on YouTube as we speak. So can you turn your camera on?
Yeah. I was just, I didn't know if I had to wait for folks to hop on in. All right, let's begin. Thanks for clarifying. All right, here we are. Good morning, everybody. My name is Gino, and I'll be your guide for today. We'll go through a series of seated poses on our chair. So if you haven't already, go ahead and get yourself situated and pull up a chair. Preferably one that has a seat back and is super stable, and you're in a nice flat and solid place, right, to practice. With that being said, one key idea that is useful that will be our anchor throughout this practice today is orienting ourselves around our tailbones. For those who need a little bit more direction, it's here, right? So right at the base of your spine. What we're gonna do with the tailbone is, I'm gonna adjust my seat like this, is just simply sit our hips way far forward at the front of our chair so that there's this downward angle of the thighs and as well as this pelvic tilting or anterior tilting of the pelvis, meaning that if your hips were a bowl of water, the water would spill straight down in front of you. So with that being said, go ahead and get yourselves ready. We'll find our seat. Allow a little bit of the tailbone kind of tipping forward in the front edge of your chair, and then make sure that your feet are solid and connected to the ground. And then we'll place our hands on our laps. We'll begin with the breath. That is also another key element through our practice, is kind of making this connection with the breath and the movement of our body harmonious. Begin by softening your eyes somewhere stationary in front of you. You'll take a nice full inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. One more time, just like that, in through your nose. Sigh out of the mouth, everybody. But this third time around, we're going to enter again through the nose. And then now the eyes are going to close as you exhale out of the mouth. With the eyes closed, allow the center of the eyebrows to soften, the shoulders, the jaws, the tongue. And we're going to continue to breathe in and out now, this time out through the nose. Taking your time with it. See if you can elongate the breath. Allow that subtle shift, right? This framing of the breath to signal that the practice has begun. that there's a transition from before and forecasting the future, that there's this convergence in this attention to detail in the breath, in the present moment. And along with this elongation of the breath, we're going to go ahead and begin to now take that smooth inhale. And when you reach the top of your breath, you'll pause just for a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. A slow exhale back out of the nose, everybody. Followed by a nice, smooth, long inhalation. With another pause up top for a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Smooth, easy exhale. See if you can follow that pattern just 2 more times, 2 more cycles of breath. See if you can begin to sense that because of our positioning here of the tailbone, there's some space, right? That the tailbone begins to tilt forward and back, like it's rocking right at the tip of your seat. Right, last round, remember, find that hold at the top of your breath. See if you can begin to catch this kind of dance that your tailbone is doing. As you inhale, allow it to rock towards the back of the head. And then as you exhale, there's this very soft and subtle kind of rocking to the tip of the nose. Excellent. And then on your next inhalation, you're going to go ahead and slowly, if you haven't already, begin to blink the eyeballs open. And here we are, right? Arms are going to reach straight down by your sides. When you're ready, on the next inhale, catch it. Arms are going to reach up over your head. And then as you exhale, arms out to the sides, palms facing down. Twice more, just like that. Flip the palms outwards, reach the arms up. It's like you're trying to connect your pinkies up top together, the edges of the pinkies. And then as you exhale, arms reach out, palms face downwards, and they begin to descend right down by your body. Last time, inhale. Feel the rocking of your tailbone. See if maybe at first, it's very intentional, like you're tipping your tail to the back of your head. And then as you exhale, rock the tailbone towards the nose. Good. This time around, everybody's going to inhale, arms are going to reach back up. And then as you exhale, your left hand is going to come out to the outside of your right leg. And then see if you can find your seat back. Here, the tail is going to feel like it's tipping to the nose. So on that next inhale, push into the outside of your right thigh. And then swing your tailbone to the back of your head. Push into your right sit bone, everybody. 2 more breaths here. All right, as you inhale, allow the tailbone, or maybe even at first, you're very, very intentionally trying to navigate your tail to the back of your head here. All right, just to kind of exaggerate or really highlight that direction of the breath. 1 more. Inhale. Then as you exhale, turn just a little bit more. Use your hand on the rear of the seat to assist the rotation. And then on the next inhale, come back to center. Arms are going to shoot back up overhead. And then as you exhale, right hand outside of the left thigh. Left hand now clamping onto the back of the seat. Push down into that seat back, roll the tail to the back of the head, and then sink your left sit bone now straight down into that seat. And then as you exhale, feel the tail rolling to the tip of your nose. Keep firming up your left leg. Give that right hand some leverage, right? Something to push into as you rotate to the left on the exhale. 1 more breath. Exhale, turn. Perfect. And then on the next inhale, arms are going to reach back up. And then as you exhale, right hand's gonna come down. You can grab hold of the side of your seat or just keep sliding your hand straight down towards the floor. And then you're gonna reach this left arm up and over by your ear. Good, keep pushing down into your left sit bone. And let's do this a little more dynamically. As you inhale, sit on up, left arm reaches up. And then as you exhale, over towards the right side. If you have your hand on the seat, this elbow is bending to give you a little bit more space to bend over to the side. One more time. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Tail to the back of the head. And then as you exhale, see if you can keep the tail reaching to the back of the head and then firm your navel to the spine. Excellent. And then inhale, both arms come back up. And then switch it on over to the other side. Again, if that hand makes it down onto the seat, bend the elbow. We'll stay here just for one more breath. Tail to the back of the head, roll your chest up towards the ceiling. Right? Not so much kind of collapsing this way, but opening up the front of the body. Good, let's check that out more dynamically. Inhale, back up. And then exhale over to the side. Nice. Twice more. Inhale. Super tall, tail to the back of the head, and then exhale over to the left. One more time, inhale, and then exhale. And then inhale, bring it back up. Both arms are gonna reach up. And then as you exhale, both hands come back down by your sides. Good. Let's exaggerate those rocking of the tailbone, right? So next time you inhale, grab hold of both hands of the sides of your seat, move the hands a little bit back. And then inhale, begin to rock your tailbone to the back of your head. Squeeze your shoulder blades, press your head back. And then as you exhale, transfer your hands to the front of your thighs. Spread your shoulder blades and rock the tailbone to the nose. A couple rounds like that. Inhale. Spreading open the front as you rock the tail to the back of the head. And then as you exhale, hands push down into the top of the thighs, tuck your chin. Twice more. Inhale, right? It's a variation of cat and cow. Exhale, tail to the nose. Spread the blades, push the hands down and away. Last one. Inhale. That's nice, good, and then exhale. And then go ahead and find the center. Excellent. And then now from here, you're gonna inhale, reach your arms back up over your head. And then as you exhale, cactus the arms, right? So palms facing forward. On the next inhale, tail to the back of the head, push your fingernails back and drive the elbows forward. Keep the arms this far back and then rock your tailbone to your nose, but keep pushing the fingernails back. Excellent. On the next inhale, spread your arms straight out to the sides, palms facing up, and then spin your thumbs behind you. Keep spinning those thumbs. Then as you exhale, tailbone to the nose. Keep spinning your thumbs behind you. Perfect. Let's try that sequence. Inhale, arms are going to lift up. Tail to the back of the head. And then exhale, cactus the arms. Good. And then inhale, press the fingernails back. Rock your tail to the back of your head. Squeeze the blades and drag them down. Keep your fingers reaching back. And then as you exhale, tailbone towards the nose. Nice. Inhale, arms spread out to the side. Spin the thumbs down. Like you're trying to tap your thumbs together behind your back. Keep them like that as you rock your tailbone back to your nose. Nice. Try that one last time. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, cactus. Let there be kind of this organic flow and rocking of your tail. Elbows push forward. Fingernails rock back. Tailbone to the nose. And it's all a dance with the breath. Arms reach out, spin the thumbs away and down and back. Tail towards the nose. Excellent. And then everybody inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, hands come down by your thighs, right down on your lap. Perfect. Now let's go and transfer some of that awareness into the legs, right? So on the next inhale, lift the right heel up off the floor and then swing your tailbone towards the back of your head. Then as you exhale, roll down the center of your foot, drop the heel, and then lift and spread your toes. Let's keep it super simple. 2 more times like that. Inhale. And then as you exhale, right down the middle of your foot, straight to the nose. One more time. Inhale, balls of the feet, right up onto the tippy toes. And then as you exhale, straight down the center arch of your foot, linking into the heel, and then lift and spread those toes. Nice. Try it over on the left. Inhale, left, left, left. Keep pushing down firmly into that opposite foot. Then as you exhale, it slides down the middle of your foot. Lift your toes up off the floor. Spread them. Twice more like that. Inhale. And then exhale. Right down the center foot. Very cool. Last time. Inhale. And then exhale right down the middle. Find that spreading. Feel the webbing in between your feet. Nice. Good. And then put all 10 toes back down to the floor. And then out from here, on your next inhale, ball of the right foot, push down heavy into your left foot. And then on the next breath, inhale, straighten the right leg out in front of you. Then as you exhale, put that right leg right back down. Let's do it 2 more times on the same leg. Inhale, right leg comes up, or extend at the right knee. Try to keep the knees at the same height and level. And then on the next inhale, knee straightens, tail to the back of the head. And then bring it back down. Perfect. Warm it up a little bit there on the right side. Now let's try that over on the left. Inhale, tail swings to the back of the head. This left knee extends, and then it comes back down. Cool. 2 more times. We're building up, putting all the puzzle pieces on the floor. We're going to start putting it all together. We'll challenge our focus and attention a little bit. It's going to become a little bit more complex. And then bring that down. Perfect. Now switching back to the right leg. Inhale, right knee straightens. Then as you exhale, tailbone to the nose, and then just grip and hug this knee into your chest. Good. Put that back down. Twice more on the right. Inhale, right leg, right knee. Then as you exhale, hug the knee in towards the chest, tail to the nose, or really also what happens if you feel like you're going to rock your tail to the back of your head. Right? This changes this experience a little bit along that right glute. Last time, right knee. Good, and then knee into the chest. See if you can keep the tailbone rocking to the back of the head, and then set that foot down. Try that over on the left. Inhale, left leg goes straight, tail to the back of the head. Then as you exhale, knee into the chest. Maybe this first time you allow the spine to flex along with the hip, and then put that down. Left leg goes straight, twice more. And then as you exhale, knee into the chest. But this time, sit up tall. Rock your tail to the back of your head. And then set that left leg back down. Last time, left knee. And then hug. And then bring it back down. Excellent. And then out from here, everybody inhale, reach the arms back up. And then as you exhale, cactus the arms out. And at first, we'll stay here like this, both arms, okay? You're gonna inhale, fingernails roll back, squeeze the blades together. And then as you exhale, fingertips spin down towards the floor. Try to keep your elbows as high as your shoulders. Twice more like that. Inhale. Spread the chest. And then as you exhale, spin the hands down towards the floor. Roll the tail to the nose. Try that one more time. Inhale, tail to the back of the head. Just kind of exaggerating this action. And then as you exhale, fingertips go down, but don't let now your tail go to the tip of your nose. See if you can keep your tail centered like this. And then now from here, just one side. Now it's just your right arm as you inhale. And then exhale, bring it down. And then now the left arm, inhale. Exhale, bring that down. We're gonna alternate like that, right arm. And you can kind of choose where that breath, or particularly the inhales and the exhales land. You can choose to synchronize the in as you go up with the left, or alternatively, the other side. Right? Simply just because we're doing a unilateral action, it needs to sync up just on one side as far as that inhale goes. Excellent. Good. And then now from here, right, as your hand that goes down, or the arm that goes up, turn your head in the opposite direction. Cool. Keep going like that. Ready to add to our juggling act. Keep the crown of the head super tall, right? Things are just kind of rotating on this axis. Next time, you got your left arm down, the right knee straightens. Perfect. And then the left one, push down into the grounded foot. Let's do that 2 more times each way. It's starting to get a little complicated, right? But the simplicity of it is just to focus on your breath. Feeling a little warm there in my arms. Last one each way. That's pretty silly. All right, let's go ahead and put it all down. Take an easy breath, allow that to settle and integrate into the body. Right? Notice if there's any warmth or tingling or however you interpret it, there's something there to be observed. Spectacular. All right, so then now from here, we're gonna go ahead and turn ourselves to the right. Your foot, prioritize this, right? So now it's my right foot that's on the floor. Prioritize contact with the ground there with that floor. Right? If you need to adjust and shift a little bit to make sure that's happening, then do that, right? Because then otherwise, if I'm, for example, too far back, my foot's not even touching the ground. Right? So I want to slide myself as far forward as I need into the corner of my seat to allow that to happen. Push down into this right foot, particularly in the inner edge, and then spread your toes out. You're going to use the seat back here as support, and then now this left foot, right? So this left sit bone is not on the chair. I only have my right hip supported here. So before we start going anywhere, push down into both feet, and then see if you can lift this left hip up and drill the right sit bone back down towards the chair. Right? Otherwise, if we're not engaging equally or moving ourselves back into balance, this hip is going to sink down because there's nothing underneath it. Right? So push into the right sit bone and see if you can find that levelness. You'll support yourself here with the right hand behind or on the seat back. And then from there, we're going to slide this left leg back. You kind of choose here. We'll bend, keep the knee bent. If it's too much, just keep your knee directly underneath your hip. If you have a little bit more space, you can keep sliding this leg back, right? But then you might feel like your butt or your tail is getting yanked to the back of your head, right? So at first here, keep pulling the tailbone to the tip of the nose. It's a pretty big pose, right? And then when you're ready, you're gonna inhale, reach the left arm up by the ear. In these first couple rounds, we'll keep it simple. Exhale, arms come back down by the side. Again, inhale, arm lifts up. Exhale, arm slides down by the side. One more time like that, and then we'll add something familiar from the previous segment, and then bring it back down. Now this time around, keep the tail anchored to the tip of the nose. Left arm's gonna come up. Exhale, cactus your arm, the left one. Inhale, tail to the back of the head, and then start pressing your left fingernails behind you. As you exhale, hug the bottom ribs in and pull your tailbone to your nose. And then on the next inhale, you can slide this left leg back. Maybe reach your left arm back, like you're gonna grab hold of the left heel. And then as you exhale, left arm comes back, slide this left foot forward, and spin it around. I felt that one. That's a pretty big pose. All right, a breath or two here like this, and just recompose yourself. Pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and switch it on over to the other side. Make that same accommodations, right? So go through those little checklists. Is my left foot flat on the floor? Is my right sit bone kind of just dangling off the edge of the seat here, right? Then you're likely in the right place. So before we start getting into that bigger and bigger pose, push your left sit bone down into the seat. And then you can support yourself here with the back of your chair, right? Just loop your arm around that. And see if you can find levelness here with the right hip that's not supported, right? How could it feel like it's kind of carrying its own weight? And continue to anchor your left sit bone down into the chair. Now slide this right leg back. Again, it can be straight directly underneath your hip, or you can slide a little bit back. But what happens there is it's going to start to yank your tailbone to the back of your head. Right? Before you start venturing in that direction, pull your tailbone to your nose. Right? That'll relieve some pressure out of the low back. Push down into that left foot, left sit bone anchoring into the ground. And when you're ready, right arm up, inhale. Just keeping it nice and steady and simple. Exhale, bring the arm back down. One more, twice more like that. Inhale, lead with the edge of your pinky. And then arm comes back down. One more time like that. Inhale. And then exhale, bring it on down. This time around, we're going to add that flare to it. Right arm goes up. Cactus, cactus. Push the elbow forward. Press your fingernails behind you. As you exhale, tailbone towards the nose. You can stay there with the leg or start sliding your right leg back. And then on your next inhale, right arm reaches, like you're going to grab that back foot. That's pretty big. All right, bring it back. And observe, right? A couple easy breaths. Cool. All right. Now from here, we'll get back into those hips a little bit. We just opened up front a lot. Let's go ahead and get into the outer and rear portions of our hips. So a couple options here. If bringing your leg up and getting into this position is not working at all, you could simply just keep your leg on the floor and then just take your leg out to the side. Right? You're gonna grab the inner edge of your thigh and then twist it out like you're opening up a jar. You want to make sure that the foot isn't flopping around, that it's a nice, good, solid unit attached to the lower leg, right? So engage your toes, and then you can simply just push and roll and spin out to open up the inner groin. Alternatively, you can get the ankle right above the left knee, right? And then continue to pull your pinky toes back, and then sit towards the edge of your chair. I mean, for a lot of, for me even, When I allow my tail to swing to the back of my head, right, and I'm just kind of tilting my pelvis like I'm about to fall out of the chair, this is a pretty pronounced sensation in the back of the head. If this is, if you want to progress or feel a little bit more there in the outer hip, you can simply slide your knees on top of each other, place your fingers around your shins. When this happens, if you have the right leg squared up on top, keep pushing your right sit bone down into the floor and then rock your tailbone to the back of the head, right? It just kind of feels like you're just sitting up tall, okay? And then if that if there's still a little bit more, you can start hugging the right knee in towards your right armpit. But you can stay in the orientation you are, but it might start pulling your tail to your nose. So keep that close and then rock your tailbone, everybody, to the back of the head. Just 2 more big breaths here in the outer right hip, or whichever variation you're exploring. Keep anchoring that right sit bone down into the seat. There you go. That's a nice big one. All right, we'll go and put that down. So to review, remember there's like 3 distinct areas, but a whole spectrum that connects all of these landmarks, right? So the first one, this variation, you can simply press the knee out, but you want to make sure that your hip's not swinging with it, right? So keep your hips steady and stable, and you're just pushing and opening from the groin, right? Not so much trying to push your knee out, but spinning the inner thigh or the outer thigh and tucking it under, right? So that's the first version of it. The second version would be here. Once we start taking that foot off the floor, keep pushing down into the grounded one, and then tumble your tail or tumble your hips forward so that the tailbone begins to swing to the back of the head, right? And then you got that third option, right? Place the fingers around the shin and really just sit up nice and tall. And then make it as if you're trying to push your foot into the bottom leg, right? This heel, try to connect them together and just sit up tall. An extension of this would now be to pull your knee up into your armpit and then brace it, the arms around the shins. Now remember, from the other side, it's going to start pulling your tail to your nose, so see if you can just sit up, and the direction or invitation for that is just simply swing the tail again to the back of that head. Last 2 breaths. Delightful. All right, let's go and let that go and observe. All right. Drawing our focus back to the upper half of the body. Right? You're going to reach the arms straight out in front of you. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, right hand's going to cross underneath, and the left arm's going to come up top. Now, this can feel pretty tight already, right? So you can just kind of hang here. But if you have the space for it, you can now intertwine your arms together, right? See if you can get the palms to touch or move in that direction. And then from here, we'll feel that tail, again, rocking forward and back, but in this kind of compressed position in the upper body. So when you inhale, lift the elbows up, like you're trying to spill your fingers up over your head. And then as you exhale, navel, elbow towards one another, and tail towards the tip of the nose. Do that 3 more times. Inhale, tail to the back of the head. Lift the fingers, press the elbows away. Then as you exhale, spread your shoulder blades, tail towards the nose. Good. Again. And then elbow towards the navel. And then stay here, kind of bending over like this. And then if it if you have a little more space, you can start folding down towards the middle of your leg. It doesn't have to be a complete collapse, but there's this compressed, balled up shape. And take one more inhale here. And then exhale, release. On the next inhale, sit up. Feel all the feels, right? Notice that. Cool. One more side, right? Arms are going to reach out. And then you're going to go to switch orientations. Again, you can simply latch on to your shoulder blades there with your fingers, or make that contact with the hands. Once you decide on your variation, right, if you're here, still an inhale, tail to the back of the head, lift, lift, lift. And as you exhale, elbow angles down towards the navel, pull your tail to your nose. Play with that twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Navel, elbow, right? And then stay here just for a full breath. Keep it tucked. Exhale and release, hands on the laps, and then inhale, sit on up. Good, and then lastly, we're gonna go ahead and reach the right arm down and grab hold of the seat back. The underside of your chair. And then you're just gonna drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Now you can keep that action, right? Or release your hand from the seat back, from the underside of the seat, and spread and extend the fingers, right? Like little dazzling lasers. You can stay like that, or now start turning the nose down towards your armpit. Tuck the chin in, look at the right armpit, make circles with your head. Keep glancing up, and then turning down, and then switch directions. And then recenter. Last one on the left side, you can, again, secure the hand there to the chair. Maybe try that as an entry point. And then if you're feeling a little bit like letting go of that chair, you can just stretch the left hand out to the side and then straight down. And then start turning your nose to your armpit. And then swivel your chin up towards the ceiling. Tuck it down towards the left armpit. And just make a circle and then reverse the circle. Good. And then find the center. And then now from here, one last time, everybody inhale, arms are going to lift up. And then press the palms together, right down the middle. Allow it to land right in front of the heart. Notice one more breath. And here we are. Thank you so much. Namaste. May you be well and filled with joy. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Hey, Shalin.
all done.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay.